Okay, so tomorrow we are leaving for part 2 of our trip. That was supposed to be a long vacation, but it's great. We're gonna go up to Tahoe and visit a great friend of mine, but we're clearing out the fridge and we're just in that phase where we just have leftovers of a few things, and then we have like a lot of animal proteins always because we got a freezer stocked full of all of that. So this is a very random breakfast, and I do want to get a workout in after this, so I'm trying not to make it too heavy, but it does look quite full. It is bacon, 2 eggs, quinoa. I had like literally half of a wild boar regenerative sausage, and then I have lion's mane mushroom. So random. We just got a really great deal on lion's mane mushroom, so we've just been sprinkling it with everything. And a big reason I like just putting 1 strip of bacon down when I'm cooking is because that grease is like enough to cook up everything in the pan, but I do alternate between like ghee, butter, and bacon grease as well. All right, just finished up a late breakfast. I've actually been trying to get better at eating earlier, but just got into filming and catching up and singing, so that felt good to lean into. It was still very fulfilling. I need to always digest and let my food rest before I get into movement right away. I had a friend visit the other day and she freshly squeezed pomegranate juice. Pomegranates are in season and pomegranates have been calling to me, and this juice is so potent and it's actually really amazing for just blood flow, cardiovascular health, so really great for like a natural gym pump, and also very amazing for sexual health. So sipping on that, and this is very out of the ordinary, so very not day in the life, but Kevincito is going to show me a really cool video game that he grew up with, and it's a farming simulation game. So I have no idea what to expect. I don't play video games, but I'm open to it. It's gonna be exciting. How do you feel about it, Kevincito? I'm joining your game time.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Good thing for you and us.
It's a very new relationship activity that we haven't done before, but now is the time. We got time, so we're doing it. I am back at the gym and I'm focusing on a lower body workout today. I shared recently that I've been taking quite the hiatus from the gym, so I actually canceled my gym membership for a while, and I did share that I am slowly inching my way back into the gym, but just in a very intuitive way, wanting to gain a little bit more strength back and muscle in my lower body, but I really don't have any specific results. I'm not measuring anything, I'm not counting anything, just really treating the gym like a playground. I have been leaning into more isolation type of machines for the lower body, and a big reason for that is because I have what I believe to be more of like a pinched nerve in my lower back and kind of hip waist area. So I want to be really careful with not doing like heavy compound lifts like weighted squats or deadlifts, and really just leaning into these isolation movements and exercises and really going slow and light. But I will say, regardless of doing an isolation exercise or not, you are still engaging all parts of your body, and you should always engage all parts of your body. Like here, instead of just flopping my belly down and kind of letting loose, I am keeping my core strong. I am keeping my back engaged so it can support my neck, my forearms so that my shoulders aren't kind of taking all of the stress in there, and then also just focusing on the hamstrings as well. I have been also focusing on lower body because it just feels really nice to engage the glutes. I love the pump and just the feeling they get, and feeling strong in my legs, wanting to build back a little bit more muscle. I really don't focus on going heavy. I never have been really focused on like upping my weight and resistance a ton. I feel like there's so much you can do with even a small amount of resistance. So I just kind of do intuitively what I feel for the day, especially as women. Wherever you're at in your cycle, like weight is going to feel different. Your body stress is going to feel different. But honestly, this has just been really fun to get back into the gym and play around and see what feels good, move my body, really focus on that mind to muscle connection. Again, even with the light weight, I feel like you can just close your eyes, really tap in, tune into your body, and just see what that feels like to build up that resistance and sweat. I'm gonna keep you posted on how my workouts are going. And if you liked this type of like voiceover workout thing, let me know, because this is very new for me, but it was really fun. And yeah, I've just been having fun with this. Okay, so got back from the gym, starving, so I'm about to eat. I washed my hair because I really don't like showering right after I eat. It makes me feel uneasy. But as you can see, my hair is a little bit of a poof right now, and I wanted to share that with you intentionally because when you have curly, wavy hair that's sometimes a little bit more on the coarse side and thicker, the timing of when you wash it, dry it, and comb it all matters. And for me, even though I want my hair to be in curls, I used to not comb it, and I found that combing it really helps. But sometimes I can comb it when it's still super damp, and that's great, and then it's not all frizzy, and then sometimes this happens. And the other day I actually just tried brushing it out like this where it's all frizzy and then splashing a little bit more water on it. But now that I have literally this salt water spray that I shared a bit earlier that's like chai flavored, I'm gonna try it for the first time, and it's basically like a salt spray, but I think it's perfect for this purpose. So, oh my gosh, that smells so good. Okay. Still have to play around with it. So usually after I shower and I comb it, and then I like twist it and let it dry, and then I braid it usually overnight, and that's what really locks in my curls and also gives me some beach waves. I off and on sometimes bring out my straightener and basically straighten all the frizzy parts that you saw, but I haven't been wanting to do that because I feel like they just get more frizzier the more I add heat onto it, so it's kind of this like vicious cycle. So now I'm just gonna do that drying process where I'm kind of just keeping it twisted. Gonna go put away groceries because basically we went to the gym, then there was a grocery store that we wanted to check out, but I usually take some time to nicely organize everything. About to eat, but it's kind of gonna be like dinner part one. There's food sizzling on the stove right now. Kevin's cooking up some lamb. We haven't had lamb in a while, so I'm really excited. And then I'll probably just jump into some editing, so that'll kind of be the evening. Okay, here's what's technically my lunch, but it's kind of like a part one dinner because it's 5 p.m. This is gonna be looking really different than how I used to eat if you were part of my carnivore journey, but it's some sauteed kale. I've just really been needing a boost with my digestion and better stools. Sorry for TMI. And then I got some rice sauteed in ghee, and then leftover curried beef and venison. So it's quite the mix of food right now. Kevin is cooking up some lamb for us, so it'll be like a little bit more meat after this, but I am starving. I'm gonna just relax and eat this right now. Okay, I'm in a bit of what I like to call a chaotic flow. So we are leaving for part 2 of our trip tomorrow. We don't even have our stay on the way up to Tahoe booked yet because we want to stay somewhere along the route on the way, because if we drove straight to Tahoe, it'd literally be like 10 hours plus all of our stops would be like a whole day on the road. So I'm currently packing. I had a great part 2 dinner. Kevin cooked up some amazing lamb, and he also made this incredible guacamole. So I was enjoying that. I didn't get to film it, honestly, just because I wanted to be so present with the food. And I had a little bit of like a heat fatigue headache. I get heat sensitive, so that has just been like pressure kind of around my eyes. So just decompressing right now and packing. My hair is in a braid because I'm letting the locks, the curls settle in. Packing is always a little chaotic, but I really want to pack light. So just gonna be fitting everything into this duffel bag as far as my clothes go, and then it's really just like food. Food always just takes a lot because I like my appliances. Like I like having my morning drink cacao or matcha, having my Vitamix to make it. I'll share that in a different video. Having all of our healthy snacks, having our foods, but instead of a huge cooler this time, we're gonna take a smaller cooler. So we'll see how all that goes. Okay, it's the following day. I'm gonna be honest, I was just watching a video on like the new style of vlogging, and the people talking on the podcast were really just reflecting on how a lot of YouTubers who were coming on and vlogging just like daily vlogs their whole day really burnt them out and zapped them. And to be honest, I'm not even like working as much, and just filming a whole day is a lot. If you're really tuning into your natural energy levels, you're not always gonna feel like picking up the camera. And I think the biggest thing is just presence with other people, even presence with your own meal and food. Like eating the donuts was a different experience on camera. And then just, yeah, presence with yourself and tuning in. So we are about to leave. It's already like noon or past noon, like 12:30 p.m. But we are heading up to Tahoe. So this is like part 2 of our trip. And I made a cup of cacao. I did have matcha in the morning, but these types of days where I'm just like moving around things, packing a lot of things, sometimes a second drink feels really nice and necessary. So this has the HoneyMoo Ceremonial cacao. HoneyMoo is a cacao company based in San Diego. They have an actual cafe, so if you're in the San Diego area or visiting Southern California, stopping by the cafe is a must. It's just like a one-of-a-kind cafe that has coffee drinks but specializes in cacao. So I get their ceremonial cacao, and I have also brewed up kind of like a tea that's the foundation that has dandelion root, burdock root, raspberry leaf, which is really good for like female hormonal balance, damiana, which is also amazing for sexual energy, and it's more of an aphrodisiac. And we're gonna be on the road traveling together, myself and my partner. I made him a cup too. And then what else? It has cardamom, just because I love the essence and feeling of cardamom. We know this, we've got over the cardamom thing. And then it also has rose petals, which are really great for just minerals and hydration, and calendula petals, which are great for skin and just rejuvenation. So I'm gonna be enjoying this. It's a warm day. I literally feel like I'm sweating, but I feel like cacao just feels really nice and energizing for an afternoon pick-me-up to embark on like a 6-hour drive. We're probably going to stop in Mammoth today, but I am wrapping up the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed kind of just getting a glimpse of all of the things that I like putting my energy into. One of the themes that I've been really sitting with, both like on trips and travels, but also this period of time with not having to work, is really trying to say yes to the present moment and lean into desire. So even yesterday, I had a lot of aims, like going to the gym and prepping things, and I actually ended up doing a lot of like prepping food and vegetables this morning, even though I originally was thinking of leaving by like 9 a.m. in the morning. But I think leaning into your desires and your energy levels and really being present with that has been a really cool dance, because also along with leaning into your desires and energy levels, you also want to infuse some structure and discipline, because if you're always pushing everything and if you have really hard aims, not always following through on the things you want to do can sometimes feel like a mini fail. So I really feel like when you have an aim or a goal, really check in with yourself, because it's really easy to say yes to things and make goals and things you want to do, put a to-do list together, but actually doing those things and following through on them, really make sure those things you want to do mean a lot to you and they're going to make you feel really good. And so when you do aim to do them, like leaving at a certain time or going to the gym or whatever, you follow through on that, and that actually builds your confidence within yourself, because you're like, I can rely on myself. I know I can follow through on these things. And that's why when you make all these aims and you don't follow through on them, it feels so shitty. So that has been a dance in this time period of infusing structure and discipline and making healthy aims, but also just being really honest with myself of like, what am I really here to commit to, and where can I be really relaxed? Because sometimes even creating a time goal for something, when you don't hit that time goal, it just feels like a tightness and a pressure if you want to be present and enjoy something else. so is this dance, and we're playing with it. But thank you so much for tuning in. We are embarking on our trip. I'm so excited to just infuse a different type of energy and vibe and lightheartedness into this trip to Tahoe and places along the way. Oh, and also if you want a discount code and to order some amazing ceremonial cacao, there will be a link in the description below. Cheers to a beautiful season of fall. It is now Scorpio season. It's just time to just unearth and dig into all the deep stuff and reflect, and yeah, love you.